What's up, you guys? This is JYoungGoTo back with another video today. And in this video today, I'm pretty sure some people probably expected me to talk about the NBA trades that happened and all the news, but let's be real, all that content has kind of already been covered and talked about. So really, what's the point of really talking about it? We all know what happens. At the end of the day, the Phoenix Suns, look, they're going to be better with Kevin Durant now. And the Lakers, of course, made many improvements to the roster, and teams around the league made some pretty significant changes to their rosters as well, as we all know. Some good and some not so good. But the guy who I really wanted to talk about is Russell Westbrook. And man, this is what, his fourth team now? He was on that Houston Rockets team back in 2019. A lot of the blame was pretty much kind of put on him. On the Wizards, he was actually a pretty solid piece for them, helped them compete and everything, but yet again, traded, goes to the Lakers, and most of the blame, of course, is on him. And once again, he's getting traded away, of course, and he's now a member of the Utah Jazz, and they're talking about possibly buying him out. But at the moment, of course, he's still on the team. But I'm not going to lie, I was one of those people, and I would say, I can't lie, I'm still kind of am, but at the same time, I was one of those people that really was hating a lot on Russell Westbrook for the longest time. I mean, the reality is, he isn't the same player that he was just a few years ago. And, and when he was on this Lakers team, we got to be real. He was kind of a liability. Adding him on the team didn't really solve any of their problems. If anything, they thought they were creating a big three out of these guys, but it didn't work. And, this is kind of sadly a common trend throughout Russell Westbrook's career. Right now, when he was with Harden, it didn't work. When he teamed up with Paul George and Carmelo Anthony, it didn't work. Bradley Beal, of course, the Wizards, they just really aren't that good, so it doesn't really matter about them. But it's like he really can't play good with guys like that. And the only guy who he's really had any success with throughout his NBA career was Kevin Durant. Yes, they did have James Harden when they did go to the NBA Finals back when they were on the Thunder, but that was a very young Thunder team. James Harden was a sixth man on the team. Many of those guys didn't have the same roles as they do now today. And looking at everything now for Russell Westbrook, I just feel really bad for the guy. I mean, if you go on the media and you see him talk, you hear what his wife's saying, all the hate, everything that's getting tarnished on this man, it's so bad now. And I can't lie, I made a video a few years ago talking bad about Russell Westbrook and how he wasn't the same player. And I can't lie though, that was the most disliked video I've ever gotten on my channel. That video, it went so bad because so many people were just like, you don't know what you're talking about, this and that and everything. And I was like, I literally deleted the video because I was like, man, this is a lot. And now looking at where he is now in his NBA career, of course, this guy, many people don't know, I believe that he's like in the top 10 now in all-time leading in assists. He's done a lot of great things throughout his NBA career when it comes to statistics, but many people remember him simply due to the fact that, of course, he was the first player to really average a triple-double and throughout the entire NBA season since Oscar Robertson was there, which was an amazing accomplishment. He won his MVP. He's a Hall of Famer. This guy, he's in the NBA's greatest top 75 players of all time. The guy has accomplished a lot throughout his NBA career, but one thing that will ever change is that he never got success after Kevin Durant. And in a way, it made Kevin Durant's reasoning to leave way more valid. Regardless of that point, Russell Westbrook has not really accomplished much really ever since then, pretty much. I mean, he's had many failed teams that he's been on. And of course, when he was on the Lakers, this year was a bit more progression because he came off the bench. He was utilized to come off the bench, and he actually played better for them coming off the bench. And things just seem to be going in the right direction. But you can tell, even in the game that LeBron passed Kareem, that all those were rumors and reports about him getting traded, this and that. I mean, eventually we kind of all knew that something would possibly happen. And surprisingly, of course, Rob Pelinka finally pulled the trigger and traded him away. Like, everybody, especially the media, has just kind of tarnished him in a really bad light and painting this negative perception that everything has to be blamed on him. The reality is that you can't really blame all the Lakers' issues, primarily, of course, on Russell Westbrook, because he wasn't really the main issue. He was an issue for them, but they have so many other issues on the team. They finally have fixed many of those issues that they recently had on their team and transformed their roster completely. But that doesn't change the fact that when he was there, they didn't still have the right pieces surrounding him either. Similar to LeBron James, similar to Anthony Davis. Especially LeBron, had to carry so much more of the load this season than anything. And roster just wasn't good. So you can't necessarily put all the blame on Russell Westbrook for the Lakers' issues. And I think, even if he does stay on the Utah Jazz, I think that'll be a way better fit for him than being on this Lakers team. I mean, you get a solid veteran on this younger Utah Jazz team that needs it, and you see where you can do with that pulling on with him. I mean, that's kind of his role was when he was on the Washington Wizards as well. And now, there's talking about reports of him possibly getting traded to the Clippers. I mean, not traded, but bought out and joining the Clippers, things like that. And even Paul George is advocating for it because, those two guys play together and they had a really good relationship from what we've seen when they were playing together. But we will definitely see if that does happen or not. And if it does, that will definitely help out the Clippers a lot. And they will just make their team even more deep than what it already is. You actually may see Westbrook play better on that Clippers team, especially since they have better talent surrounding the team, especially. In general, I just feel bad for Russell Westbrook now because, I was one of those people, of course, that hated him for a while because I just didn't really like his game and things like that. But it's so bad to see a guy who's still, he's considered a top 75 greatest player of all time in the NBA. This and that. He's accomplished so many things throughout his NBA career. It's just sad to see his legacy in this way get beaten down, for him being a so-called, locker room cancer, not a good fit, this and that. It's just sad, Reality is we got to appreciate guys like him, Kevin Durant, LeBron. We got to appreciate them all while they're still playing because one day, of course, they're not going to be here anymore. There's going to be a new generation of players that come and take over. So yeah, man, that's really all I can really say for Russ Westbrook. I mean, at the end of the day, if you want to really summarize it up, basically for him, this guy, he has sacrificed his role in many occasions. Even when Paul George is on the Thunder, he sacrificed part of his role so he can be the number one scorer and make that situation work. He went on this Lakers team, came off the bench and everything and did what they want him to do. And of course, it still didn't really work. I mean, the fit wasn't really right for him at the end of the day. And, you can't really blame that fully on him. But I just hope that everything does work out for him wherever he decides to go. If he stays in Utah, if he gets bought out, goes to the Clippers, wherever he goes, all you can do is just hope that everything possibly works out for the guy. So yeah, man, that's all I really have to say today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos each and every single week. Have a good day. Peace.